Immaculate Conception. It's Wednesday, December 23rd. We are so close to Christmas. My kids can practically taste it. And I find myself thinking a lot about stars. There's such a dominant image for us this season. You can see behind me, there's one on the tree. There's one that we keep in our window all year because I just love it so much. And thinking about, imagine some folks saw in the news this week, or maybe you were able to get out to a clear field on the night of the winter solstice to catch a vision of the Christmas star. These planets, I think it's Jupiter and Mars or Saturn, that are closer than they've ever been since the 13th century. And we're able to see them and with just a telescope or binoculars catch a vision of these bright stars in the sky. And just a few weeks ago on Gaudete Sunday, it was another time when there were meteor showers. And oftentimes, those are, 2 in the morning or something. But these happened to be right after sundown. And so we brought our kids out to a field. We packed our blankets and our hot cocoa, and we laid our bodies down to look up at the sky, a little further away from light pollution and from the tree cover of Durham, and just kind of laid there opening our eyes. And it's an activity, the stargazing, especially in a meteor shower, that really rewards a kind of patient waiting. That if you show up and you keep your eyes open, you might just see something. And while my 6-year-old kept saying, I see one, I see one, I see one, he claimed all kinds. We knew when we all had seen one because there was a moment when it just streaked across the sky and it was almost like a reflex went off in all of us. And we all just had to scream and shout. It was this feeling of joy and wonder that bubbled up in response after all this waiting and anticipation. And I think what a powerful reminder of what Advent is all about. And I think that's echoed in the story of the 3 wise men. I know I'm getting ahead of myself that they don't come for another few days. But in Matthew's gospel, it says that when the star set over and sort of came to a stop over Bethlehem, the scripture says that they were overwhelmed with joy. And I feel like in a new way, I could appreciate that joy in seeing a star, in catching a glimpse of a shooting star and looking up at the heavens and being surprised and moved by the wonder of all that is, by the wonder of a creator who has made it all, who's birthed it all in love, and who tells us on the darkest night of the year, keep going, the days will get longer again. The light will not be overcome by the darkness. This is the same God who joins God's own life to ours and who's born in the most humble of circumstances and yet aligns the cosmos to point a way forward and a way home, to follow the star in the sky, to trust in sort of an unearned joy and consolation and wonder when we turn our gaze up to the heavens and remember that we are in fact held. So my hope and prayer for each of us in these final days of drawing near to Christmas and in the days of Christmas that follow, that we might have what is in the Ignatius tradition called consolation without cause, some sense of joy that is more like a reflex than anything that we could earn or merit, but is a kind of joy, even as we walk with loneliness and with uncertainty and with sickness and heaviness, that God can take all that up and still surprise us with a star streaking across the heavens, with a baby born, giving us hope year after year as we remember that story. Sending so much love and prayers for consolation without cause, a joy unending, a joy surprising this season.
Today